So now to share a few words about my husband, David. I remember vividly the moment we first met 10 years ago. I'd not long turned 18 and I was volunteering at a local primary school.
Hear the rest. Listen to the rest first, please.
One morning before school started, I was in the classroom getting ready for the day ahead. And it was at this moment that David walked in and introduced himself. My first thoughts were very, very shallow, I'm not going to lie, and were purely based on his extremely handsome looks. After probably looking a bit like a deer in headlights due to being a little flustered, to say the least, I managed to introduce myself in return. I then got straight onto my phone and proceeded to text my friends about the Ken doll that I had just met. It was there that the nickname Fit Teacher was born, which quickly became abbreviated to FT by my friends. So after getting over the initial shock of meeting, and this is ridiculous, but it's true, I said it to my friends, the most handsome person I've ever seen in real life, I soon realised, having spent time together, that he was much more than just a handsome face. He was sincere, kind, and cared deeply for the children in his class. His personality soon became more attractive to me than his looks. My mum was his teaching assistant, and he also taught my little cousin Erin, who's a bridesmaid, and they both shared this positive view of him.
As Morgan's mentioned already, for those who don't know how Morgan and I met, this is my version of events. So as Morgan mentioned, I was working as a supply teacher in Derby, and I was working with Jo, Morgan's mum, at the time, who was a TA in the class, and Morgan came and volunteered. Now, given that I was in my 20s and Morgan was a bit of a spring chicken who looked like she'd just hatched, our paths barely crossed. And I did sense that I wasn't sure if Jo liked me or not. I mean, what's not to like? A cocky 20-something hotshot teacher thinking he's God's gift, quiffed hair full of too much gel. I mean, who could blame her? It was a couple of years later, after working elsewhere, and a previous colleague of ours, texted me and said, "Oh, I'm out tonight," and she was out with Morgan and sent a picture, and it was then I realised this little duckling had blossomed into a beautiful swan. And it was here where you really got my attention.
We then didn't meet until just over 5 years ago, when David's school came to walk around the school where I then worked as a teacher myself. To my surprise again, in the classroom we met. My first thought again was very, very shallow and was based purely on his looks, thinking that he was still a fit teacher.
Yes, I did Google the school before, and I did know you were going to be in there. But I pretended I didn't and just tried to act cool. So. But again, it was months later, and it's almost 5 years to the day where I actually mustered the courage to reach out and ask you for a date through Facebook Messenger, something I've never done before.
We proceeded to go on lots of dates in quick succession, and it soon became clear that we had a special connection. You were refreshingly normal, and being with you felt easy and natural, as it still does today. I always said that unless I found a love like my grandma and granddad's, I just didn't want it. You're my best friend as well as my partner, and I'm so excited to spend forever with you. I've loved the life we've shared so far, and look forward to the life that we are going to have together.
We are so proud and thankful to have each other and to have you guys, our close family and friends, surrounded by us today. And we appreciate all that you've done and continue to do for us. So please join me in raising a glass to family and friends. Cheers.
I, David, take you, Morgan, to be my wife, to have and to hold. From this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death us do part, according to God's holy law. In the presence of God, I make this vow.
David, I give you this ring as a sign of our marriage. With my body, I honour you. All that I am, I give to you. And all that I have, I share with you, within the love of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Welcome everyone. Like many of his friends here today, I've known David for a long time. We went to primary school together through to sixth form, lived together for a few years and have managed more than a few big trips around Spain, across America, to name a couple. It was at school he found his first, and I'm sorry Morgan, his only true love. He's a bit nervous now, isn't he? Aged about 14, I can't see him ever moving on. But don't worry, it's not another girl. I am of course talking about the quiff. I think he may be single-handedly causing climate change with the amount of hairspray he's used over the years. Best man duties usually involve don't lose the rings. Mine also involve don't lose the hairspray. If he shows Morgan half as much care and attention as he shows the quiff, you'll be in for a very happy marriage. Through the years we've had some great times. You've always been a great mate and you've always had my back. If you ever get yourself that place on coach trip you've always wanted and Morgan doesn't want to go, give me a shout, I'll be there. I'm really happy for you that you found the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. And I speak for everyone here today when I say we're excited to see what the next chapters hold for you both. So can you all please join me and raise a glass to David and Morgan.
Our beautiful bride, it's clear to see, you and David are meant to be.
So beautiful, funny, caring and kind. If David didn't marry you, he'd be out of his mind.
David, we guess you're okay too. Straight away we knew you were part of the crew.
So many good memories along the way. What has been the best is hard to say.
All the love and happiness we wish to send, our friendship we'll cherish to the very end.
Over 2 decades shared, we'll be friends forever. What a special day here, celebrating together.
So let's drink and dance the night away. What happens tonight we surely can't say.
Today we celebrate you becoming husband and wife. So come on everyone, let's raise a toast to your happy life.